Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, 2007. 2 years after the pretty well received Fantastic Four 2005 movie, um, seems to just do everything in the wrong direction. Typically, with sequels in, in any type of movies for series or franchise, you really want it to be better than the last one. And this one seems to just keep doing the wrong thing. And the main issue with this movie is its villains. And I just want to jump right into that because, boy, do you have two of the best supervillains in comic book history with Doctor Doom and Galactus. Well, I guess Galactus isn't one of the best, but he is one of the coolest villains in comic book history. So you'd think something cool would be done with the two of them, especially since both of them are in this movie. Unfortunately, they both kind of suck. Galactus is a giant fart cloud, which everyone knows is a giant joke in the internet. Galactus is a giant fart cloud, and it's everyone loves the fact that we finally get this giant walking guy in the new movie. But yeah, he's just a giant fart cloud. Um, but he's not actually in the fart cloud, or he's not actually the fart cloud. He's sitting inside of it, and they didn't want to show him because they were planning to show him for the Silver Surfer movie. And guys, I don't get it. I don't know why this was such an issue in the 2000s. Stop planning so far ahead with these franchises. Like, if you don't know there's going to be a third movie or even a spin off movie like they thought, why the fuck are you taking all the cool things away from what could have been a really good sequel? Silver Surfer is the coolest character in this movie, and like one of the coolest characters in any superhero movie. They made him look pretty good for 2007, and I think it's Lawrence Fishburne voices him, and he does it phenomenally. Um, they give him good reason why he's on Earth and why he's working for Galactus, which is awesome. They didn't fail Silver Surfer at all, in my opinion. I think they actually nailed him perfectly. And of course, uh, he's the only good part of the bad side of this movie. Galactus sucks. He doesn't do anything. He just comes in and gets pooed on. Doctor Doom is free from his frozen chamber, and well, I guess they kind of did listen to me because I did want them to for him to be in the third movie, not in the second one. Of course, there's no third movie, and they just said, "Fuck it, we're just gonna put Doom in this one and try to shoehorn him in there." But clearly there was supposed to be a different villain from Doom in this movie, and that is the Super Skrull. There is scenes in this movie where Johnny and Ben are switching powers with each other, and at the end, I think it's Johnny, and he turns into all four of the Fantastic Four members. What the? You clearly just wanted Super Skrull in this movie. Why not just do that? The best part about the Fantastic Four is that they are a family. Um, Obviously they're not all related, but they are a family. They are the superhero family besides the Incredibles. That's what the Incredibles were based off of, the Fantastic Four. And to have a final fight where it's not even all four of them working together, like using their powers together to defeat the villain, lame, very boring, very dumb, and it's the last time we see these characters. We don't even get to see them working with each other. Such a stupid decision. A lot of these characters also have backwards developments, which is so lame because a lot of these characters were pretty damn good in the first movie, aside from Jessica Alba, who I loved. I love. She does good. She's really good. They just kind of put her aside as a sex appeal in the first movie, and I'll get to that with the second one. Ben continues his relationship with Alicia Masters, and they're getting married. And it's probably the best part about this movie. I think this movie would have been way better if there was more of their relationship on screen than anything else. I would have loved anything from them. Like this movie could have just been a Ben and Alicia movie, and I probably would have loved it way more than what we actually got. It was really cute. They did a really good job with the relationship. I wish we had his ex in it somehow, being like a little bit salty that he's getting married, and he's doing it while he's this big rock thing, and people love him like he's this fantastic superhero that everybody loves. But I think with what we got with Ben and Alicia is really nice. I think Ben is really funny in this movie. He has a lot of back and forth with Johnny, which is what I love. I love their little brotherly rivalry they have. It goes a bit too far. I wish we don't. I wish we didn't get the power switching scene. Like I said, I wish that was just reserved for Super Skrull. We didn't need the Scooby Doo 2 gimmick where they're doing like these weird things with their bodies. It's not really great. It's really it felt like it was just there to like fill a hole. It was to show that this is what it's like in my body and this is what it's like in my body. But no, it just didn't work out that way. It's kind of just a really lazy comedic bit instead. It could have been way more serious, but it wasn't. Um Johnny, I wish grew a bit more as a character. I think he does a bit better in this movie than the second one, as in terms of growing himself, because he's not just this egotistical guy. He's a guy who's trying to find out who he is in the world, and we don't really get that in this movie. I wish he had more dialogue with maybe Silver Surfer, and I wish he had more calm dialogue with Ben, and not just like they're brothers. They are brothers. Like why not have them do some sort of relating to each other? Why not Johnny ask more about like dating advice or something? I don't get it. Um Reed really sucks in this movie. It's such a flip flop from the last movie. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Reed is so dumb and he's kind of a cunt. And I'm just not a fan. Like he can be a cunt. Reed can be a cunt. I get it. But he's just like a dumb cunt. And it's not interesting. Especially because what we got in the first movie is completely different from this Reed. This isn't an alternate reality. Like, this is the same guy 2 years later, and he's just such a loser. Jessica Alba, once again, like I said, is kind of just tossed aside, but her relationship with Silver Surfer is a good change, and it's a good move forward for her character, at least. So, that's pretty good. That was a good part of Jessica Alba, at least in one of these two movies. All four of these members are supposed to be really, really important to this family. It is a family. We need all four of them with equally amazing bits. Unfortunately, we don't get that. Reed becomes worse. Sue's just sex appeal. Johnny's kind of a dumbass. Ben is a beast. It's just whatever. I am over it. Doom really sucks in this movie. Continues to have problems that he had in the first movie. He's not a badass leader. He's a really egotistical CEO businessman. It's such a boring way to do Doctor Doom. I get they were trying to be different from the comics, try to make it more understandable for these casual fans, but you can make something cool and still understandable for casual fans. You did it with Silver Surfer in the same fucking movie. Why is Doctor Doom so lame in both of these movies? I wish he wasn't even in the second one after I finished watching it. If this movie series was a trilogy, he probably could have been the big bad in the last one with like Mole Man, and they had Black Panther in the third one. Apparently, they were gonna do, and Mole Man, like I just said, and it could have been an actual Victor Von Doom who has his own country and he's gonna take over and he's actually a badass. But nope, Doctor Doom just sucks in both these movies. I don't know how they were gonna develop him any further. It just sucked. He really sucks. Silver Surfer's a badass. Love you, Lawrence Fishburne, and give me a second. Who played him? Doug Jones. That's right. Um, really carried this movie. He is the Ben of this movie. He really carries this cast. It's so upsetting. I just don't get how you can go worse with every single character that you have, and then you make the big bad a fart cloud. I'm sorry if this is not the best review for Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. This movie is really just poop. I wish it didn't exist. if this if Fantastic Four 1 was a standalone movie, I think people would actually appreciate it a lot more. Would have been had a lot of fan theories for what the future could have been, instead of what we actually got. So I'm sorry, but this movie's just not it. And with that, I'm giving Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer a nice 2 out of 5 stars. 4 out of 10. This movie's, I might rate it lower. It could be a 3 out of 10. This movie just, its existence is just unfortunate. And with that, in our Fantastic Four rewatchathon, we're gonna move on to maybe the best movie of all time, Fan Fart Tastic.